so we are doing some more videos.
Back at it again.
Yeah, back at it again. Just talking a little bit more about Regan's experiences in rehab. And I think we'll start today because most people know that you went to Pathway in Arizona and that you grew up in Texas, and that's where we live, and that's where I've lived since you were born. And your dad happened to move to Arizona, but his place of residence at that time was Cottonwood, which was at least 2 hours, 2.5 hours from Phoenix, where Pathway was. So how in the world did you manage to live there at 17 and be there for 10 months? Because you weren't in residential the whole time. So how did that work for you?
I pretty much just kind of couch hopped around different people's houses for a while until I found one of my good friends, Ella, until I lived with her for a good couple months. And she was kind of like my steady home, really. So, yep, just living at other people's houses, really.
Where did you stay during outpatient?
During outpatient, I stayed with my sponsor at the time. And so that was probably for like a month or two. And then I moved to another girl's house. But I didn't really stay there, honestly. I just kind of had my stuff there so much and then would kind of hop around. And then that didn't last long. And then I moved to another girl's house and did the same thing. It was really just a place to keep my stuff at, and it was also kind of really far, so that's another reason why I never really stayed there. So I kind of just couch hopped around and stuff, and then
but that was nice for you to have a place to go when you needed to kind of have some alone time, because you had your room, which was cool.
Yeah, it was. But it was also kind of, then again, it was nice to have my alone time there or have a space to do that, but it was also in the group we're constantly doing stuff, so alone time wasn't really much needed. So, I mean, but yeah, and then so after that house, then I moved into Ella's house, and I lived there for the remainder of the time, and I really don't remember how long that was, but it was the majority of the time of being out there. So
what was that like for you being in somebody else's house, for probably at least I think it was at least 3 or 4 months that you were with Ella's family, and how was that? Was that strange? Did it feel off?
It didn't feel off. I mean, they were super loving and welcoming. I mean, they treated me just like I was one of their own. So, it was nothing that they did that made it uncomfortable or anything. I think it was just the fact that it wasn't my family and wasn't my house for so long, because they would have like family nights and stuff, and it would almost kind of feel like I'm intruding, even though like they did not make me feel like that. They were always super welcoming and they really wanted me to like join in and stuff, but it did always kind of feel like, ooh, I don't know, like I would kind of feel like, oh, maybe I'll just stay. Like for Christmas, I didn't expect for them to involve me in anything or want me around, really. So I was just like, you know what, I'll just stay in Ella's room and whatever, and I just, won't do anything. But they were like, no, like, you're all in. So, yeah, they were really good.
I remember on that Christmas, you called me crying. Happy tears, though.
Yeah.
Because you were sad that you didn't get to be with your family, but you were so appreciative that they included you and they made you feel like so loved and part of their family, and that was just absolutely precious.
Yeah.
So they're such good people. And so was Ella in the program then?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's why you stayed with them. You really only stayed with families that were associated with Pathway.
Oh yeah. I mean, one, I didn't know anybody else outside, and two, that you kind of like have to stay with group people.
It's encouraged.
So,
yes. Yeah. Sticking with winners, that would be what, step 2?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so then why did you come home? What made you come home before the 2 years or 2.5 years that the program was supposed to be? Because we were fully prepared for you to be there that long.
I think I was just ready. I just felt that I was ready, just to go back home. I missed home, and I think the main thing that made me want to move is, because, our relationship was never super close growing up, and we had just been building it so much that I felt like I kind of had missed out on all of these years of being so close with you, and I loved the direction that we were going in. So, one, I was homesick, and I kind of wanted my own space, and I kind of felt like I outgrew a couple things. Outgrew. I outgrew some things, and I wanted to get back in the real world, and I was homesick, and I just wanted to really focus on our relationship, and continue mending that and growing that and getting closer. So, those were really the main reasons why I decided to move.
I would say that 20-hour drive home kind of solidified our bond, don't you think?